Okay, good morning everyone. I am Lani Villegas and today I will be presenting a comprehensive critique of a grade 9 Araling Panlipunan Economics lesson plan titled Basic Concept of Economics. So, the lesson plan was prepared by our group on April 27, 2025, so as part of our requirements and SSE 206 course. So, the lesson plan focuses on essential economic concepts such as scarcity, needs, and wants. So opportunity cost and the different economic system. And my goal for this presentation is to critique the lesson plan's strength, areas for improvement, and its overall alignment with DepEd curriculum standard using educational frameworks. So let me begin by giving a brief background of the lesson plan. So the lesson plan was designed for grade 9 junior high school learners and introduces them to foundational economic concept that they encounter in daily life. So the learning materials used include Blocket. It is an online gamified assessment tool, and it is an interactive online platform that transforms quizzes and reviews into engaging game-based learning experiences. And instead of traditional tests or worksheet, Blockit allows teachers to present questions in a fun and competitive format, motivating students to participate actively. And then another is a personalized offline board game. So, it is designed by our group. So, pinangalanan namin itong app Gila Eco 9, meaning Araling Panlipunan, Game-Based Interactive Learning Activity, and Economics Grade 9. So, it is an innovative educational board game that transform complex economic concept into an exciting adventure. So, through interactive gameplay, players navigate a dynamic board filled with challenges, opportunities, and strategic decisions that mirror real-world economic scenarios. And we also use standard digital tools such as cell phone, laptop, projector, iPad, and Google Form. So the lesson plan aligned with the most essential learning competencies for economics. So particularly the competency na naipapaliwanag ang kakapusan, kakulangan at ang mga umiiral ng sistemang pang-ekonomiya. So to guide the critic, I used three educational lenses or frameworks. So let me discuss this for the next slides. Okay, so in evaluating the lesson plan, the critic is anchored on three major educational frameworks. So, these frameworks guide how we assess the alignment, effectiveness, and overall quality of the lesson design. So first is the understanding by design or UBD. So this framework emphasizes the importance of alignment among learning objectives and instructional activities and assessments. So UBD uses a backward design approach. So which means that the lesson should begin by clearly identifying the desired learning outcomes. So, from their assessment are crafted to measure this outcome, and activities are planned to help students achieve targeted competencies. So, and the critic, UBD helps determine whether the lesson plan is coherent, purposeful, and aligned with the most essential learning competencies, performance standards, and intended learning goals. So, the next one is the constructivism. So, the constructivism highlights how learners actively construct knowledge rather than simply receive information. So, through this lens, the critic examines whether the lesson plan includes strategies that promote active exploration of concept, collaborative learning through group tasks, student-centered activities, and opportunities for reflections and meaning making. So this framework ensures that the lesson empowers learners to think critically, solve problems, and connect new ideas with their prior knowledge and the key elements of effective Araling Panlipunan instructions. So the third is the DepEd RPMS, or result-based performance management system indicators. So the critic also uses the DepEd RPMS indicators, so which serve as a standard for evaluating teacher performance. So these indicators focus on quality instruction, so meaning clear delivery, appropriate strategies, and well-structured learning activities. And other one is the learner engagement. So ensuring students are actively involved and motivated to participate. And the other one is the appropriate assessment. So designing valid and reliable and meaningful assessment aligned with objectives. So by applying RPMS indicators, the critic assesses whether the lesson plan reflect the expectations set by the DepEd for effective and professional classroom teaching. So with these frameworks in mind, so let us now examine the first major component, the learning objectives. So let me start with the strength of the objective. First, the objective are clearly stated, making it easy for both teacher and student to understand the directions of the lesson. The second one is the objective follow the KSA structure, the knowledge, skills, and attitude. So, which is a strong feature because it addresses cognitive, psychomotor, and affective domain. And the third one, the objectives are generally well aligned with the most essential learning competencies for economics. So, ensuring that the lesson contribute to the required learning standards. So, however, despite this strength, there are some areas where the objective can be improved. Like some objective could be strengthened for better alignment and measurability. For example, the objective that state demonstrate enthusiasm is difficult to measure objectively. So enthusiasm is an internal attitude and measuring it requires clear behavioral indicators or it can be replaced with a more observable outcome. So some skill-based objective can be made more specific by using measurable action verbs such as analyze, classify, interpret, differentiate, or evaluate. So making the objective more specific ensures that assessment can directly measure whether students achieve the intended learning outcomes. So now, let's move on to the teaching methods and learning activities used in the lesson plan. So the lesson plan includes several strengths in terms of strategies and activities. So first, the use of game-based learning, so such as Blocket and an offline board game. So significantly increases student motivation and engagement. So another one is activities are highly interactive, which align well with the principles of constructivism. And the other one is the lesson connect the concept to real life situations. So helping students apply economics to daily decision making. So this feature help maximize student participation and deepen understanding. And despite this strength, some improvement can further enhance the learning experience. So a few areas in the methods and activities can be strengthened. So first, the lesson plan can benefit from differentiated instructions. So especially because learners have varied learning style and pacing. So Adding modified tasks or support for struggling learners would make the lesson more inclusive. And the other one, the discussion can be improved by including structured guides questions. So, for example, before introducing scarcity, the learners can be asked, ano ang mga bagay na hindi sapat sa inyong tahanan? So, one of the example. Another one is the pre-lesson concept mapping activity. So, it could be help activate prior knowledge and connect new information with the students already know. So next, so let us proceed or examine the assessment tools used in the lesson. So the assessment component also has strong features. So first is the blocket provide quick and engaging formative assessment, allowing the teacher to instantly gather data about student understanding. Second, the board game encourages collaborative learning and reinforces concept through application, making the assessment authentic. And so these tools promote both motivation and meaningful application of knowledge. So, however, assessment alignment can be still be improved. So, like some improvement to the assessment component include adding a rubric for reflections activities. So, to provide clearer grading criteria and ensure fairness and transparency, and ensuring that all objectives are measured. For example, if the objective includes analyzing opportunity cost, the assessment must include an item or task where students demonstrate their ability to analyze. So after discussing the strengths and weaknesses, let me now present the specific recommendation to enhance the lesson plan. So here are my case suggestions. First, incorporate contextualized example, such as local market scenarios or regional industries like agriculture, manufacturing, or service sectors. Second, add scaffolding strategies. So, such as word bank, simplified text, or guided notes for struggling learners. Third is replace the enthusiasm objective with a more measurable behavioral indicator, such as participate actively in a group task. And the other one, start the lesson with concept mapping activity to activate prior knowledge. And the last one, provide rubrics for performance tasks, especially collaborative output and reflections. And finally, let me conclude this critique. So to summarize, the lesson plan demonstrates strong engagement strategies, particularly through game-based learning and contextualized example. So it successfully integrates modern tools like Blocket and collaborative board games so that encourage active learning. However, the lesson can be strengthened through clearer, measurable objectives. So, improve alignment between goals and assessment, and the inclusion of differentiated instructions. So, overall, the lesson plan has a solid foundation. And with this constructive enhancement, it can better support meaningful and high quality learning experiences for grade 9 learners. So, to end this presentation, this critic highlight the lesson plan's strong foundation and its potential for further growth by refining its objective, strengthening alignment, and incorporating differentiated strategies. So we can ensure a more meaningful and inclusive learning experience for our grade 9 learners. So thank you, and I hope this presentation support our shared goal of improving teaching and learning in Araling Panlipunan. Thank you, and once again, good morning.